At Hekima began long before I became socius.
Yeah.
I spent 20 years teaching in Hekima from the very foundation of the institute, and that has been a very challenging task because I'm not an African. I had already been in Africa for more than 10 years when I came to Hekima College, and I had studied quite a lot about the whole, you could say, the African cultures, mainly initially of Congo, because that's where I was meant to be sent at first. It's only when I was finishing my doctoral studies that I received a message from Father de Decker at the time that the plans had been changed and it was not going to be in Kinshasa but in Nairobi. So I had to switch over to a much larger vision of Africa than just the Congolese one, and try to get informed or to read more about the works studying Eastern Africa and the traditions of Eastern Africa, so that my teaching could cover the whole area, and actually also because of the diversity of the students, to also cover even West Africa at the time, because West Africa, we had West African students, and so I had to make them feel at home in that area too. That wasn't so difficult because there is plenty of material to study and to confront the local traditions with the teaching of the church. So I tried to do that as well as I could with the basic formation I had received in Congo mainly, and widen the perspectives in that way. So I think the students could find that they were not in a totally foreign area. It's not just a teaching of the church that was transferred from Europe to Africa, but something that had roots in the African situation and the African people. So I think that was a challenge when I began teaching in Hekima. When I came to Africama, the situation was totally different, because by then I had already been teaching for 27 years, and my main task here in Africama House was not teaching. In the early years, in 5 years actually of the 7, I continued to teach in Hekima, but that was not my main task. My main task was to be the assistant of the president and to give him the background information he needed when he was confronted with a variety of problems. And for that purpose I had contacts with Congo, with West Africa, with a variety of, with many old students whom I had known as students in Hekima College. And that gave me a source of information which was quite exceptional at the time. Now it wouldn't be such a problem to have somebody who has such a wide perspective. So the challenge I would put to them is to benefit to the maximum from the time of formation they've had, or they receive actually now, because it is an extraordinary opportunity and a source of great riches really in transmitting the message of the gospel. So the time of formation is a very privileged time, because you have time to study, you have time to deepen your understanding of both the Christian message and your own culture. So they should use that opportunity to the maximum, because very often, and that's a bit the tragedy, I would say, of the Jesuits in Africa, very often they are, soon after their ordination, involved in what you could call managerial tasks. They have to manage a school, they have to organize things, and they have no time left for study. So the time of formation is a time they have to study, and that will then determine their decisions later on when they are in a position to make decisions and to help others.
What keeps you going? Because it's been quite a journey for you, teaching, and in, as you said, in other capacities. What's the one thing that keeps you going?
It's not a one thing, it's a one person.
One person, yeah?
And that's Jesus. I mean, he has called us, he has, through plenty of intermediaries to the superiors and so on, he has set us on the way to help other people. And it is really a special kind of intimacy with Jesus that helps us on the way, that keeps us going.
Fantastic.
So,
yeah. Thank you very much, Father Michel, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you.
You know, in your new endeavor. Yeah.
It's not mine.
Yeah. Okay, but you know, as you keep it going, a Jesuit in.
As long as it's possible.
Yeah.
As long as.
Yeah.
Jesuit
A Jesuit in mission.
Yeah.
Actually in motion.
motion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Very good.